Welcome back to Code Cloud and DevOps Ask Me Anything. I'm Dara and I got another question, and the question goes thus. How do I approach the ever-changing dev and tech landscape? That's a great question, and to be honest, there's no definite answer to this because things change from time to time, priorities change and all that. But one thing that I think I do quite a lot of to stay up to date is for the things I'm actually focused on in terms of career and skill set. I listen to podcasts, I watch videos on that thing. So I'm subscribed literally to people doing things in that field. For example, things in DevOps, I have a DevOps podcast I listen to. I have a .NET podcast I listen to. I have general development content creation podcast I listen to. I listen to finance podcasts. And I do that from time to time frequently. So when I wake up in a day, or on some days I can even skip it, but most times I just put them on listen and just go ahead and do my work, or as I do my workouts, and then I just get up to their way. And on social media, I follow people who actually work on the products I use from time to time. So whenever they make a tweet, even if I miss the major announcements or the events around these products, I still get a bit of what is going on. Now, it does not mean that I will use the latest tech at that point in time, because of course it does not mean that all new tech is what is best for you to learn at that point in time. It simply means that I'm aware of things to do. So if I need to do it, I know exactly what to do. I know where to go get documentation. A good example is the Azure Developer CLI is very great. But to be honest, the first time I actually did a real AZD in it to ensure that I can set up a cloud project was literally yesterday. Although it's been out for a couple of months now, I knew about it. I know how it works. I've watched a 30-minute video on it that Scott did with someone else. So I know a bit of how it works. So whenever that tech comes out, I just watch an overview video, how to get started with it. I probably even bookmark it and set a reminder in the future to go check it out also. If I'm not busy at that time, I might watch it. If I'm busy, I set a future reminder to actually do this. And this comes as a result of the productivity arc I do. So whenever I see things that I'm actually really interested in, I put them forward at a much later date to check them out also. And I mentioned that not all new tech is what you should be doing now. And the reason for that is pretty simple. You are focused on one thing at a particular time. You don't want to be swayed here and there like flowers in the wind. You want to be grounded in something. That is why I said not all new tech is what you should be learning right now. But of course, if it's good for you, if it's something that will improve your career and your chances, please go ahead and learn it. Now, the other bit is you should belong to a community. What do I mean by this? You should have a group of friends, a group of people where you talk to about technology from time to time. Things you might have missed on social media, you might have missed on your subscriptions, they would probably talk about it. So you need that. They need that. Everybody needs to be in a community. You need a tribe. You need a gang. Well, not gang in terms of crime. You need a group of people where you can actually talk. Have a close set of tech friends also that you talk about topics. You just talk generally about stuff. You don't have to do projects on it. Just talk about it. Have ideas. Have a feel of what is going on in that area. One thing that I say a lot that people should do is stay grounded in the fundamentals. Whatever new tech comes out, it's all built upon the fundamentals. It's all built upon a foundation. So that foundation, as long as you're grounded in it, you can learn any new tech whenever you have the time for it. For example, blockchain, GPT, all this new tech we are having today. They are great, they are awesome, but then it might not be what you're focusing on at that point in time. But if you're grounded in fundamentals of software development, grounded in the fundamentals of DevOps, grounded in the fundamentals of how things really work in computing, whenever you're ready to learn them, remember you've had the overview. Whenever you're ready to learn them, it would, well, I wouldn't say it would be a breeze, but it wouldn't be as difficult as someone just starting out. So if you have the fundamentals, I think you would be just fine. And I really hope that answered your question, although it's not the most comprehensive answer out there, but that is how I generally approach the ever-changing tech field, because it's quite a lot to actually handle. There's a lot of information overload on the internet. There's a lot of dare I call it crappy information online also. So once you're grinding the fundamentals, nothing can sway you. All the cloud platforms are great, but then if you tell me one cloud platform is better than the other in this day and age, it's not a useful information to me because I know all cloud platforms are great. Does it meet my needs? Not all of them do. Are they easy for me to use? Maybe not all of them. But then the ones I'm focused on, they are good enough for me. But then if I need to improve, if I need to do it for work, I know I can go learn them. So one thing I've also tried and sort of, would I call it, grown into, is I don't diss any platform anymore. I used to do that quite a lot. For example, back in the days of Windows Phone, I dissed Android a lot, I dissed iPhones a lot and Blackberries. But then we grow up. We all grow up. Yeah, if it's your time to diss, go ahead and diss. I'm not saying I'm old. Sometimes I just have a bit of fun with my friends also. But then I don't diss any tech now. If it's not for me, it's not for me. But then I don't ignore it totally. Of course, there are some things I would never use. But of course, that's not for this video. But I stay up to date even on things they are doing on their platforms also. That is just it. And I think that answered the question. I hope it did. If you have further questions, put them in the comment. But I think more importantly, use the link showing up on your screen right about now, or scan the QR code showing right now on your screen. Until I come here again with another video on Code Cloud and DevOps Asking Me Anything, stay safe and goodbye.